Unclench your jaw. Drop your shoulders. Take a breath with me. I know you are tense right now, sitting in the heavy, isolating quiet of the midnight watch. It is 2 a.m. Your baby is crying, and every time they try to latch, you have to close your eyes and physically brace yourself for the pain. You are not doing this wrong, and you are not failing. It is just really, really hard tonight. I see the tears of frustration, the sheer, bone-deep exhaustion weighing you down, but I also see how fiercely you love that baby. You are exactly what they need. Let us just get through this one feed together. When you hear that sudden, frantic cry pierce the silence of your dimly lit nursery, it is not just a sound. It is a full-body physiological response. Your heart rate spikes, your cortisol levels surge, and your body is thrust violently from the deep remnants of sleep into the immediate pressing demands of motherhood. The jarring transition from the sanctuary of your bed to the amber glow of the nursery is a blur of instinct and adrenaline. The entire world outside your window is asleep, wrapped in a peaceful midnight blue, leaving you feeling profoundly alone in this silent battle. The isolation of this hour can be suffocating, magnifying every doubt and amplifying every physical ache. The low, steady drone of your white noise machine and the quiet ticking of the clock serve only to emphasize the punishing hour, ticking away the precious minutes of rest you are losing. You hear the soft, urgent friction of your cotton pajamas as you adjust your posture in the nursing chair, desperately trying to find a comfortable position before the real challenge begins. You bring your baby to your chest, but they are frantic, breathless, with their own overwhelming needs, their tiny head rooting frantically and blindly in the dim light. They are disorganized, thrashing slightly, completely consumed by the urgency of their hunger. And then, the moment comes. You guide them in, hoping for that seamless, natural connection society has promised you, but instead, it is a sharp, breath-stealing pinch. Gasp. You take a sharp, involuntary intake of breath, your hands adopting a white-knuckled grip on the edge of the soft peach nursing pillow. Your eyes squeeze shut as a wince of raw pain tightens the corners of your exhausted face. The latch is shallow, painful, and wrong. This is the visceral, authentic struggle of the midnight feed. Far removed from the serene, glowing portraits of motherhood we are so often sold. You try to push through it, enduring the discomfort because the thought of starting over feels like a monumental mountain to climb in your state of exhaustion. But pushing through the pain only breeds more tension. The physical manifestation of this struggle is undeniable. Your shoulders creep up toward your ears, your jaw locks down in a vice, and your posture becomes a rigid, uncomfortable shield against the sensory overload. In this tension, the crushing, silent weight of midnight self-doubt creeps in. You wonder why something so natural feels so impossibly hard. You question your body, your instincts, and your capacity to nurture your child. A single tear escapes, catching the faint, warm beige glow of the nightlight as it rolls down your cheek. It is a tear born not just of physical pain, but of a profound, overwhelming emotional fatigue. It is the fear of failing your child in the most fundamental way, right at the source of life. Yet, what you are experiencing is not failure. It is a steep, unforgiving learning curve shared by two beginners. Your baby is learning how to exist outside the womb, how to coordinate breathing, sucking, and swallowing, while you are learning the intricate, delicate dance of their cues, the angles of their mouth, and the unique mechanics of your own body. It is a dual education happening under the harshest conditions of sleep deprivation. Your quiet, shaky whispers of reassurance telling your baby and yourself that you will try again highlight the extraordinary dichotomy between your profound physical depletion and your fierce, unyielding maternal love. This is the moment where we must pivot. This is where mindful parenting asks us to step back from the brink of pure survival mode and consciously reset the narrative. When the latch is painful, when the baby is frantic, and when your body is rigid with stress, the most powerful thing you can do is pause. You make the critical, brave decision to break the suction, to unlatch your crying baby, and to stop forcing a situation that is hurting you both. It feels counterintuitive to pull away from a hungry infant, but it is an act of deep grace. You need to reset both the physical space and your own nervous system. You take a deep, deliberate, grounding exhale. You consciously drop your shoulders, feeling the heavy burden of the night slide down your back, and you loosen your tense grip on the pillow. You gently smooth the lavender swaddle around your baby, a small rhythmic motion that not only calms their flailing, disorganized limbs, but also centers your own racing heart. You stroke their cheek, letting them feel your steady, reassuring touch. By regulating yourself first, you are creating a calm harbor for your baby to dock into. Your nervous systems are intimately intertwined. When you release the tension in your jaw and the panic in your chest, your baby intuitively senses that the environment has shifted from chaos to safety. With your body now relaxed and your mind cleared of the suffocating self-doubt, you begin the soft, patient repositioning of your newborn. You are no longer acting out of desperation or panic. Instead, you are moving with instinct, trust, and a gentle muscle memory. You wait for their mouth to open wide, not rushing the process, allowing them to lead the dance as you guide them in. And then, it happens. A successful, deep, asymmetrical latch. There is no sharp pinch, no breath-stealing pain. Instead, there is a profound, immediate release. The palpable shift in the energy of the room is instantaneous, sweeping through the dimly lit space like a warm, comforting breeze. The auditory climax of this saga is the most beautiful sound in the world to a sleep-deprived mother. The frantic, breathless cries dissolve seamlessly into the steady, rhythmic sound of deep swallowing. It is the sound of nourishment, of comfort, and of an ancient primal connection successfully forged in the dark. The tension completely drains from your body, replaced by a wave of pure, absolute relief. You let out a deep, shuddering sigh. Your breath hitching slightly as the adrenaline recedes, leaving behind a profound sense of accomplishment and peace. You have weathered the storm, relying not on rigid rules or dogmatic schedules, but on patience, intuition, and an unshakable commitment to your child. As the feed continues, the atmosphere in the nursery transforms. The environment that once felt like an isolated, punishing arena now feels like a sacred, protective sanctuary. The amber light from the salt rock lamp seems to cast a warmer, softer glow, highlighting the beautiful, imperfect reality of this midnight vigil. You look down at your baby, watching as their tiny body surrenders completely into a heavy, peaceful tranquility against your chest. Their breathing slows, syncing harmoniously with your own steady heartbeat. Their little hands, once balled into tight, frantic fists of frustration, now rest softly open against your skin. They are milk-drunk, completely satiated, and enveloped in the absolute safety of your embrace. This quiet after the breakthrough is the legacy of your struggle. It is the tangible reward for your endurance. The pain and the frustration of just moments ago feel distant, overshadowed by the profound intimacy of this shared silence. You realize that this journey is not about achieving a flawless, magazine cover version of motherhood. It is about these raw, unfiltered moments of resilience. It is about the gentle saga of trying, failing, adapting, and ultimately finding your unique rhythm together. Every time you show up in the dark, despite the exhaustion and the fear, you are building a foundational bedrock of trust between you and your baby. Consider the profound physiological symphony occurring right now in this quiet room. As your baby nurses deeply and comfortably, your body is flooded with oxytocin, the hormone of love and bonding. This biological response is nature's way of soothing the frayed edges of your nervous system, counteracting the stress cortisol that spiked when your baby first cried. It lowers your blood pressure, calms your mind, and deepens your emotional attachment. This is why, despite the sheer physical toll of waking up multiple times a night, there is a strange, magnetic pull to this intimate act. You are physically and emotionally sustaining another human life, pouring your own energy and essence into their growing body. The sheer magnitude of that responsibility can feel overwhelming, but in these quiet, successful moments, it feels like the greatest privilege in the world. As you rock gently in the chair, feeling the soft weight of your sleeping child, you are participating in a timeless ritual. Generations of mothers have sat in the dark, bathed in moonlight or the glow of a small lamp, fighting the exact same exhaustion, shedding the exact same tears, and finding the exact same miraculous rhythm. You are part of an invisible, global sisterhood of the midnight watch. Your struggles are not unique to your inadequacies. They are a universal hallmark of the profound transformation that is matrescence. We must continuously remind ourselves to release the toxic expectations of perfection that modern society places on our shoulders. The pressure to have a baby who sleeps through the night, who latches perfectly from day one, and to do it all with a serene, unwavering smile is not just unrealistic. It is actively harmful. It breeds the very anxiety that makes feeding so difficult. When we approach breastfeeding as a pass or fail test of our maternal worth, every painful latch feels like an indictment. But when we approach it through the lens of mindful parenting, it becomes a practice of continuous, gentle adjustment. It becomes about presence rather than performance. You are learning to read the subtle language of your baby's body, the way they root, the specific tone of their hunger cry, the way their breathing changes when they are finally deeply latched. And your baby is learning to trust that even when things go wrong, even when it hurts, and they have to unlatch and try again, you will remain their steadfast, calm guide. They learn that the struggle is temporary and that peace and nourishment always follow. This resilience, forged in the crucible of these 2 in the morning feedings, is the truest foundation of a secure attachment. You are teaching them that the world is a safe place, that their needs will be met, and that they are deeply, unconditionally loved. So, as you sit here in the beautiful, messy aftermath of this midnight battle, allow yourself to feel a profound sense of pride. Validate your own incredible strength. This invisible, exhausting, and sometimes painful work you are doing in the dark is the rawest, most authentic form of love that exists. When the self-doubt tries to creep back in tomorrow night, remember the peace of this exact moment. Remember the soft, rhythmic swallowing, the heavy, contented sighs of your sleeping baby, and the realization that you have everything it takes to navigate this journey. You do not need to be a perfect mother. You just need to be exactly who you are right now. Patient, resilient, and enduring. You are the absolute sanctuary for your child, their home in a chaotic world. Breathe in the quiet of the nursery. Breathe out the remnants of your fear. And trust in the beautiful, unfolding rhythm you have found together.